is Lady Maya, and I am here with Miss Michelle Mras. Am I saying it right? I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Michelle Mras.
Mras. Okay.
Mras.
Yes, Miss Mras, and she is a motivator, and she is a publisher, and she is a teacher in the art of speech. This woman has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful story to tell. And you'll never, 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 never guess how motivated you will be after listening to what she has to say. And if you want to say something, Miss Michelle, all yours.
Thank you for having me on your program. And yes, my name is Michelle Mras. I'm an international award-winning TEDx speaker, coach, and communications trainer. I happen to be an author of 2 books and a podcaster. But I would love to connect with any of you because I love to share and uplift people. So join me. Find me on Facebook. I friend everybody.
Yes, she does.
How long
have you been doing your public speaking?
I've been doing it for over 8 years, but I didn't consider myself professional until 5 years ago.
Okay. So, I'm super ecstatic because I want to be like you. So, what we're gonna do? what made you even want to do something like that?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I'll make it as short as possible. Okay. Well, I was a Toastmaster. And so I joined the Toastmaster group to learn how to public speak, not for public speaking. I joined because I was having difficulty going into interviews. I was an auctioneer, so I was very used to very large crowds and talking very quickly. So people weren't my problem. It was small groups of people that was my problem. I didn't like talking one-on-one or one-on-4 for interviews. So I joined the Toastmaster group so I would learn how to do that. And when I got into that group, they kept saying, "Oh my gosh, you're so good. Why are you in this group?" I said, "Because I need to know how to speak to less than 4 people." And they said, "Forget less than 4 people, just pretend they're a larger group of people." And I kind of rose through the Toastmaster ranks really fast. And they started having me do the trainings at their leadership trainings. And then I started doing their keynotes, and I was just speaking all over the place. And then in 2014, I was running political campaigns. I figured I was really good at writing. I would write speeches for people running campaigns. And in May of 2014, I was in a car accident, and it erased my memories. Basically, I have a traumatic brain injury. I'm missing 4 areas of my brain: frontal lobe, over my left ear, the back of my head, and my 2 hemispheres disconnected. I did not walk or talk for a year and a half. Now, in that year and a half, I was trapped. No one understood me, and I got really depressed. And somewhere in there, because to me, it was just a moment in time, but I found out later it's a year and a half. I thought it was maybe a couple of days. And somewhere in there, I attempted suicide. And in that moment of screaming at God, "Why don't you just kill me if you're going to take everything away from me?" I heard from every pore, every cell, every molecule in the world, it all hit me: "You're not dead yet, get up." So I did. And I don't remember. I just know my husband said when he came home, I was on the computer and I kept saying, "I have to talk. I have to talk to the world. I don't know what I have to talk about, but I have to talk." And when I'm online, I don't even know how I did it. I found an email that said, "Would you like to be a TEDx speaker?" And I didn't know what TEDx was. And so I wrote back the girl and I said, "Whatever it is, yes." Because I had promised God if he would just give me my voice back, I would do anything. Any door that opened, I'd do it. And so whatever TEDx was, sure. And that October, I did a TEDx, and it went viral in India. No idea why, but I went viral in India. And I got an email from someone that said, "My dearest soul sister, it is with greatest pleasure that we would award you with the Women of Excellence for Inspiration. Will you please join us in New Delhi, India?" if you got that letter, would you take it? I deleted it off my email. I thought someone was selling me a bridge. And so, so I was ignoring it. And then the next thing I know is my friend writes, just, congratulations, I saw you got an award from the Women's Economic Forum of India. And I went, what are you talking about? And they said, no, you have to go to India to get this award. I'm like, what award? And she's, oh, it would have said, my dearest soul sister. And I went, oh, that's the one I deleted. So I ended up going to India to get this award. And from India, it just kind of spread. I've been nonstop speaking since. Now, here's the thing. I went to India. I got asked to go to India. And within that time period I got asked to India, I found out I had breast cancer and they gave me 3 months to live. So I went anyways. I had my breast removed and then I went. And against all doctor's orders. And so basically my life came on full force once I was told I was dying. And I'm not dead yet. And and I'm still going. So that is how I got into the speaking world. I was told to. And so now I go out and I help people, guide them to find their message so that they can give it to the world. My thought process and what I've been told, what I've been shown in my world, is that my gift is the gift of gab. I can create any message and I can help people craft their messages so that they're very powerful. So not only am I supposed to talk, but I'm supposed to get other people to talk. And that's what I do. That is why I'm a speaker. That's why I do what I do. I take the veil off of people's can'ts so they can, and they can help change the world. We can do it together.
I am so honored. I am so honored. When I first heard you speak, when we had the coffee, remember? And I just felt such a great connection to you. I said, I don't know how I'm going to get this woman, but I need to talk to her. I need her to know how much of a connection I felt just talking to you about your sister and how she was traumatized about the horror movies and different things like that, and I just was like, she's more of a soul sister than I've ever really kind of came to. You know, like you get people and you're like, oh yeah, no, yeah, girl. You, I'm like,
it's my mission in life. I'm supposed to be some sort of a beacon, go out there and talk and draw other people to me that are supposed to be doing the same thing. It's what I do. Welcome to the tribe.
It is what you've already done, and you've done it, because now you can't get rid of me. I'm not going nowhere. If you say we have another coffee time, yes, ma'am. Let me get a coffee. Don't worry about it. I got it brewing. It's okay. But no, I do want to just, if I could ever get the opportunity to kind of just sit at your feet, just, virtually, I would take any information, any suggestion, anything that you say, and I'm going to run with it. I can't run, not like I used to, but I can run. Like you saying that you had the frontal lobe issues and different things like that, and I'm trying to get out of mine as well. And when we had the Sunday talk, I really felt that, and I felt like what you said and how you were saying things was basically healing my brain at that point in time. It really was. And it was just like, I don't know if you activated something or what you did, but it was amazing. And you're such a great speaker and a great motivator. I'm motivated right now. I'm just super motivated, and I'm super honored. Okay, let me ask you this. How many kids did you have?
2.
2? Okay. So do you feel like you've kind of, what's the word? You've motivated them in a way, or have they told you, okay, okay, in what way?
Well, they're very headstrong and they're very people oriented. My children will help other people. It's what they do, and they will guide other people. And it's really cool to see because I didn't think I had much of an influence on them. But when they have all their friends come back from college, they all come to my house. And I'm like, why are you all coming here? I mean, we're the old parents. I mean, we are old for most parents. And why you all came in here? They do, oh, Mom, we've been talking about you at school. All my friends want to meet you. And so all of their friends are watching my videos and, they're connected with me on YouTube and all this stuff. I don't know. And they come to meet me and then we talk about whatever their issues are. And we just I listen. And what my children have been doing is they've both started their own platforms where they're coaching people too, like listening to people and guiding them through and then saying, hey, this is beyond me talking. You need help. You need to go see a counselor. They are doing this. So one does it. My eldest does it through TikTok. So she does like these anime characters and she sings songs and then she talks to people. She sings songs about, teen crisis and how to get through things. So she's doing her thing her way. And then my younger one is really into the LGBTA movement, and so tends to talk and well, that's what he wants to do. He wants to be a counselor. So he's always in that realm and helping people get out of their heads and stop beating themselves up for being different and just be. Stop deciding and just be. And it's really, it's an honor and it's beautiful at the same time.
Oh, I need their information. Yeah. Only because, okay, so I don't, I haven't even told many people or even said it on any of my interviews either. There is a get together soon, probably either passing or whenever this airs, um, for, it's called Struggling Families Fund, and it's about anxiety.
Oh.
It's about just people feeling depression, suicide, and different things to that nature. I was asked to actually assist on the call. It's on Zoom as well. And so I'm honored, but I'm like, I really don't know how to talk to people that are in that realm because I'm more of a motivational speaker than knowing how to say or what to say to people that are like dealing with certain issues. Now, yes, albeit, I've gone through it, but my family put it this way to me. No. So everything went out the window. You weren't allowed to stay in spots like that in my family.
Same with
And
us.
so I got accustomed and to the point where it's just like, okay, this happened to me. No. And I would just throw it away and move on and do something different. And I think sometimes the headspace does kind of get to the point where it's like, I don't have time for the energy.
I wrote a whole book on how to get out of your I'm serious. This is a whole book on how to get out of the voices in your head.
Right.
I wrote this to get you out of your own depression, out of your head, out of your own way. Because when I had my brain issue and then breast cancer, every voice in my head said, you should die. You're useless, you should die. And I know that so many people go through that on just a normal basis. So when I wrote the book, I did it so that I could help people once I'm gone, that they would know, they would learn that out of me. It would be my legacy, it would get people out of their own damn way, go do something with your life. And that's really what that book is.
I am with you. Okay, yeah, it's not luck that you, oh my goodness. Yes, it is not. It's not. And the opportunity, man, it was so interesting how you were like, hey, you want to jump on? I'm like, yes, let's do this. I was floored. I didn't think, and I feel like more stuff is like in the atmosphere for the people. Like these things need to be said to them, and they're not listening. So we gotta feed it into them. Like, no, 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 no. Do something different, or stop. Just stop. You
And
know.
what I do is I open the space that they know that they're safe with me.
Exactly.
Just come on. And with me, like I told you, when you said, can I interview? And I went, come on and meet me first. You may not want to interview me. But my thought is, when I was told I'm not dead yet to get up, I promised anything you put in front of me, I will walk. You were put in front of me. Well, then come on.
You're never getting rid of me, ma'am. Never. I'm not going nowhere. No.
Okay, I'll try. I'll attempt not to be scared. But yeah, it's what I do. It's what I do. And it's part of who I am. I can't turn it off. And it's my purpose in life. So I'm not going to bother to turn it off.
No. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to. I mean, for you to be you, that's the ultimate freedom. You know? And not everybody gets that freedom. So we have to like be so encouraging to those that aren't able to have their own freedom. And I tell people this so many times, and I could be so wrong. And if you don't agree, I understand. People do things to you to put you down or to knock you out because they see something in you.
Well, it's what they're jealous of. It's if I can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. It's the whole crab in a bucket mentality. If anyone's succeeding, they're going to pull you back down. So when you feel more people pulling on you, you get more attacks. Good for you. The more attacks you have, the more you know you're doing the right thing. Keep going.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said, oh man, wow, this is amazing. I am floored. Like, I don't know what else to do after that. Like, is there anything that you can say to someone that may be in a headspace of there's too much going on for me to even hear myself think? You know, you get the, I just want to know, you know, I just don't want to hear everything. And how do we kind of get to the point where we can just kind of shrink the noise and just bring out us?
Really, that's what I wrote the book about. But here it is. It's a choice. Everything you do is a choice. I used to be the perfect mom, the perfect wife, the perfect military spouse. I did everything. I took care of everybody. I was everywhere. I would start at 5 in the morning and I did not stop till midnight or later because I didn't have any time for me. Taking care of everybody. It was so loud, so busy. And I had this mentality that everyone needed me. And if I didn't do it, who was going to do it? Good lesson I learned during my brain injury when I could not speak or walk for a year and a half. All those people who needed me, who could never do anything without me, all that volunteer work, they must have me, all kept going without me. And what I realized, and that's what I share in that first book, Eat, Drink, and Be Merry, is you got to live. Okay, you must live for you. And I know we've been taught that it's selfish, but the thing is, if you don't live for you, you have nothing to give to anyone else. You must fill your pitcher first. Your pitcher must be full of water before you try to give anybody else any water, or you're basically cutting your wrist and giving them your blood. You must take care of you first, or you have nothing to give. So with all those things coming at you and you think that you cannot turn it off, your choice is to decide, what do you want? And what I did was, you know, mine was forced out of me, but what I was doing in my head, dropped in my head, was what really mattered to me. Basically, my whole world caught on fire, literally, because I was in the Black Forest fire in Colorado. Everything went away. my memories, my education, my job. I couldn't remember my own family. I couldn't remember my friends. And I realized, what was the most important thing if I was ever going to speak or walk again? What did I need the most? And the only thing I came out with was, I needed my brain, I needed my voice, and I needed people who really loved me and only me, just loved me for me, not because of what I could give them, just for me. And it brought down to 5 people in my world. I let everybody else go. Now, that is a very hard thing to do. But once you let go of all those other things that you're holding on to, the people that are really supposed to be in your world have room to come in. So yes, I was holding tight to all these things and all these people. But as soon as I went, you know what? They can go. They just go away. The most quality, beautiful, loving humans that I needed in my world and didn't know I needed filled those voids. And now my circle of friends are so tight that I know no matter what happens, they're there. They would never even let anyone speak badly behind me because they're that strong. They are family by choice. It's a beautiful thing to let things go. It's scary, but I promise you, when you let things go that hurt you, that are harming you, that are making you double think on if you're worthy, you let them go, and what is worthy comes to you in heaps and bounds. I mean, in the 3 months I was told I was going to be dead, I'm an international speaker, done the TEDx, been around the world speaking, been on humongous stages. I mean, you name it. Everything I could have ever imagined I wanted happened within 3 months. And then it just kept going. But it took the choice of letting go.
Oh, wow. I want to, okay. I can't breathe now. Yeah. I'm trying to get my breath back. Because I'm like, yes. But you are so right. Oh my goodness. And it needs to be said. And people need to hear this. And sometimes I look at it like with your voice. You got back such a very strong and very focused. You know, when you focus on people and you get the very thing that they needed, whoo, you're talking about, that's life, right? That's life for me. I would love to have a life like that.
And the thing is it's not me.
No.
It's not me. I've got this a voice that can reach people. And sometimes I say things that I did not intend to say, but it was exactly what needed to be said to many people in the audience. And it's always like, well, okay, well, I'll let that come out. I mean, I didn't know, but there's something about being, and I don't call myself a motivational speaker. I call myself an inspirational speaker because I can inspire your spirit, but it takes motivation from within to keep your butt going. I can't motivate you every day. I can't be there every day saying, go do it. Your motivation has to come in from your head and your heart. I speak from my heart. I'll walk through and I can feel it. I have an idea, but I can feel the people and I speak from my heart. And then everything else just happens.
Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, give me that. Give me that.
You know what? I train speakers. You know that, right?
I know now. Yeah.
You could be tracking me. I do a breakthrough speaker boot camp, and I have a business partner. He's also a TEDxer who has an amazing story. And we train speakers. We only take in 20 about every quarter. And we do it in Colorado, Denver, and southern Denver. And we train 20 speakers. And then I invite 6 people from each of those boot camps to come to my retreat cabin out in the woods, out in the mountains. And I help you create and write those stories onto paper. And you can either go off and write your book completely, or you can be part of a compilation book of people who have survived and made it through whatever story they want to share.
Wow.
But I train.
I would love to be even remotely like thought of to do something like that. Like it would be amazing.
Okay.
I love the mountains. I remember we were talking about Germany. Oh God, the mountains, so beautiful. But I love the mountains, period. You know, and just to have that serenity to just.
And that's why I take people to the wood. I take them out to the mountains because there are no internet signals in the mountains. When we go out, we sit, we talk, we share our stories, and then we go for a walk, and then we start writing. And if you get stuck, you do help. And then I talk you through it, and then you write again. And so it's a 2.5 day of just writing, thinking, getting you over your stuff anytime you get stuck, and pulling the story out of you.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yes. No, I would be, I would be honored. I really would be, like, just to have that type of opportunity. That would be amazing. Amazing.
Well, the next boot camp's not till June.
Well, ma'am, it probably will be a little bit further out there because of the corona.
Well, that's why we moved it to June. It used to be May.
Oh, right.
And our positivity is that it will be clear by the end of June. We're figuring clear by the end of May, and then we can all gather again in June. Because the speaker boot camp, we thought about trying to make it, doing it online. It's not the same. No. Because what we do with the speaker boot camp is we bring you on stage.
Right.
You tell your story, you tell your whatever you want to do. Oh. We craft you, you do it again. And at the same time, we're filming you.
Ooh.
We're filming you because every speaker needs to have a sizzle reel. And so we have a videographer who is taking still shots of you and video of you. And then the next day, you're like in whatever your fancy outfit is for the stage, and she films you again. And what she does is she splices it so it looks like multiple speaking engagements. And she films it with all the people in the room, so it looks like your room is full and they're all, watching you on stage. So you have a sizzle reel that sets you apart from all the other people who say, I'm a speaker, can I come to your event? You can say, here's my sizzle reel, I'm a speaker. And people do, whoa. You see, it brings you up. So you'll know when I announce it.
Oh, yes, of course. Putting you on speed dial now. Okay.
No, you say you're interviewing me. What are you interviewing me for?
Your beauty and your voice. Why not? Hello. Like, people don't understand that you have such a presence. It's very, very, very contagious. And I want people to see that. And I'm like, no, y'all don't understand. This woman is the real deal, you guys.
But I don't even know where you found me. You never told me.
Facebook.
Really? Really? That's funny. So it works, huh?
Yes, it does. It does work. And it's hey, if any time that it works like that, I'll take it. I'll take it. But I think the connection between you and I is definitely just so pure that, I mean, like, what can you do with that?
Good. You acted upon it. That's the first thing. You acted. Yeah. So many people don't.
That's true. And that's what I keep pushing. Okay, so I feel like what I try to do is this. I try to get people out of their headspace, like I was saying earlier. And sometimes the headspace gets a little too proud. And like you said, you gotta like let go of those things. You do. You really do. But yet, okay, I was just like, you know what? They said, we want you to start a podcast. Now, this is the ATS, Antonio T. Smith Jr. And he said, start a podcast. And I'm like, why? But I started it, and now I can't shut up. So, yeah.
Podcast is awesome. I've got my own podcast, too.
Ooh, I would love to collaborate with you. That would be amazing. I'm putting this on podcast.
Okay. Yeah, my podcast is called Mental Shift. It used to be a national public radio spot. I used to be called KCMJ 93.9 with Michelle Mras, Conversations with Michelle. I was on NPR, and now I'm a podcaster.
I love it. Okay, say it again. Michelle, what is it?
Oh, Mental Shift.
Mental Shift.
Yeah, MENTAL capital SHIFT. And I tend to post them on my Facebook pages once a week, but they're also, if you go to my website, it's my name, michellemras.com. all the links are there, and it just brings you straight there. It's
Okay.
easier because I've got the podcast. I do the video version of it and put it on YouTube. Yeah, I kind of multi-purpose everything. The
You
videos so
have
that I
to,
can share the
right?
video on Instagram, because people on Instagram like videos, and on
Right.
Facebook I do the video, and then on Twitter and LinkedIn I put the audio.
LinkedIn. That's what I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to go to LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's important because that's where the credibility is. If you are a business, the businesses are looking at LinkedIn.
I keep forgetting. Everybody keeps telling me this LinkedIn, and I'm like, I used to be a writer. I used to do stage plays, and so that was all I had on LinkedIn, which is from 2007, maybe.
So you're still a writer, you just haven't been writing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I have been writing. I've been like, okay, so I decided that I was going to write 5 movies. I got halfway through one. I started the first maybe 20 pages on the second one. And now I'm just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm too busy.
I told you I was in a movie, right?
Yeah, I love that. I wanted to get the name of it. I was just like, yeah. When you said it, I didn't have a pen, so I'm like, no, I'm gonna get it.
Just look up my name on IMDb, and they show up. The International Movie Database.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm on it. I've got a profile. It's pretty funny.
You know what? That is amazing. A lot of people want that, just like, hey, I'll take it. Yeah.
I've got speaking roles in movies. It's pretty funny.
But hey, you're a speaker, so I mean, it makes sense. Oh, so how long have you been married, Miss Michelle?
Whoa, married? We've been married for 28 years.
Wow, that's good.
But we've been together since high school, so we've been together for 38 years. What?
Oh man, that's.
And we met in the Philippines.
So
it's been a long time.
I only wish that like I had common sense when I was younger, because then I probably wouldn't be where I am. But
I didn't have common sense. I just knew what I didn't like.
Right. No.
And I avoided what I didn't like. So I didn't really date in high school. And then I met this incredibly nerdy guy, and I went, it's him. And I just kind of locked on it. So I was like, him.
It's him. Like, this is why I feel like I need to talk to people. You don't have to listen to those people. You have to follow your own heart, because when you can follow your own heart, you can make your own mistakes in your own way. That's not going to cost you so much. And that's what happens. They just cost you more than anything just listening to someone else, and they don't even know.
People pleasing. And that's part of the getting the noise out of your head. You need to make decisions on what you want, who you are. And in order to find it, you must get quiet and listen. Because I'm telling you, your soul knows exactly what it wants. Your heart knows, but we're so busy pleasing other people, we don't listen.
No.
Time to listen.
I'm listening now, that's for sure. My husband, we've been together for 5 years, and I kept telling him, I said, you do know I expire after 4. He goes, what do you mean? I was just like, none of my marriages last past 4. And he was like, oh, well, no, that's not right. And I'm like,
break that habit.
I'm just warning you in advance.
Break that habit.
But he's been here. He ain't going nowhere. And the fact that I had all my mental, my physical situations going on with being diagnosed in 16 with multiple sclerosis made it a little more difficult than everyone. And then I had a major relapse, which actually caused me to have to use a walker. And so I got to the point where I don't want to use this walker anymore. It was heavy, it was bulky, it was just annoying, and nobody liked to be around me when I had that.
Yeah,
they were like,
you're contagious. They do. With my cancer, people were looking at me like I'm contagious. And so I don't bother telling people I have cancer because they look at me like, oh, whatever she's got, I don't want to get. So I'm walking around like I don't have cancer, but I've been told I got cancer, you know? So it's like, whatever makes you happy. It's okay. My business partner, I told you, Gary is my business partner. He has MS. That's his story.
Really?
Yeah, he was out like shoveling the driveway one day and he just fell over.
Yeah.
And they're like, it was, he's older than us. So it was way before like all the scans they can do now. There was a mobile one out in Colorado and he did some mobile scan. They went, you're going to be you're going to be dead within the year. And he said, I'm not going to be dead by the end of the year. And he started visualizing and seeing things fixing and all this stuff. And when he went back a couple, like I think it's been a year later, they said, your nerve endings are coming back together. They're not frayed anymore. And so his story is called How a Beaver Saved My Life. Because in his visualization, he was seeing beavers like tapping all the nerves back down. He still can't feel his hands or his feet. And, you know, he gets around, but I know him, so I know when he's having a bad day, but other people can't tell. And so he'll just walk up to me and do, stand close just in case I fall over. I do, okay, gotcha. We just walk up onto the stage like nothing's wrong. But between my brain injury and his MS, we'll fall over. I mean,
we can fall over together.
Yeah, and so we fall. What's so funny is we fall together in. So he'll fall this way and I'll fall this way. And we just kind of hit each other and do, okay, coming back up now. And it's so meant to be. We're meant to fall into each other. But yeah, it's
that's cool. Yes, it's so cool. Okay, so mine's is in my brain. So it takes a lot to get my vocabulary back. You know, some days I wake up and it's like,
so that's how you understand my brain injury. Okay. Okay. Because that's it. Sometimes I can't speak. Sometimes I do just fine. And that's why I always take breaks in between things, because usually a big day like yesterday will knock me out today.
Yes. No, I completely, I'm with you. Yes, ma'am. I completely understand. And so, yeah, no, so the brain definitely, and then I have so my left side is the weakest. And so it's more so like, okay, so you know how when you would have like your arm fall asleep if you're like kind of laying on it?
Yeah.
Well, when you get off of it for the circulation to come back and how horrible it hurts, that's basically what the numbness feels like. Okay. It's like you get a whole bunch of nails in your arm or, you know, wherever you have it at. And so like the left side of my body is like extremely weak. And so the right side has to like basically do everything. Yes.
But I've got carpal tunnel, so I just only get it from here up.
Yeah, me too.
Smiling, you're still getting up. Keep going.
Really look at it like this. I said life is got a way with making you stronger because of the fact that you got so much sitting on your shoulders or sitting on your head. You're just doing just enough just to stand upright.
And that's what people don't understand about unseen illnesses. I don't know how to explain it very well, but I always say, you know, you've heard the term, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, the other part of it is whatever pressure, whatever pain, whatever illness you have, it's heightening the other things that you can do. It's basically making you aware of how strong you truly are, that you can still get up and do things. This is not a punishment. This is a freaking blessing, and I will embrace it and keep moving. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but I'm going to keep moving, and I don't know. But it's just, I don't see it as a curse, because I found everything that I thought was bad in my life that happened to me has helped other people when I've shared it. So it's like, so how bad can it be if apparently I was strong enough to make it through, and I can share the experience so that other people can do, I can make it too. That is a payoff for me. That is worth the pain, because maybe I was chosen to have it so that I could show other people the way. Well, then I'll take that.
Me too. Me too. I'll take it. I want to take it with you. Yes, Mrs. I'm just very, 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 very humble, you know, at this opportunity to like even speak to you and get to record it. Yeah. But to get your time, I'm very much appreciative of it, and just to have your smile and your presence and your positivity that just radiates off of the screens and everything that's going on here. Thank you. Thank you forever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very much, very, very, very much appreciative of all the time that I've gotten and you working with me, because, you know, sister kind of gets it all jumbled up a little bit sometimes. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. And thank you to the people that you have not met yet. Yes. So you guys, thank you so much for joining Lady Maya. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm going to actually give this to Sister Michelle. Hopefully she'll be able to use this to some degree. I don't know till what, but I'm honored. I am very much honored. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, living your best life with Lady Maya.